What's up people, good to see you once again. Leo tunazungumzia the best companies for you to buy shares. Ni companies gani nzuri kwako wewe kuweza kununua shares ndio uweze kujiendeleza. And I said when you're young especially ni vizuri ununue shares and maisha itaweza kukua poa for you when it comes in future. Alright, so anyway, let's get into it. But before we do that, kindly hapo hivyo chini unaona on your right kuna ka button kameandikwa subscribe. Alright, kaguze tu, just kuguza tu hivyo, as simple as that. Take 1 second to do that. And then hapo hivyo chini on your left kuna marka kitu kamechora hivi kama kamkono. That one signifies like. Alright, the moment you kuguza that ka thing, just start it as simple as that. Guess what you've just done? Any moment utakuwa na upload any video here on YouTube, utakuwa unajulishwa, hey, you know what, Good Joseph has uploaded a new video. Alright, so let's get into it. Companies gani ambazo ni nzuri za kununua shares, na utajua je kampuni poa ndio uweze kununua shares? Because I always say ni vizuri pia ukue sure ni kampuni gani unanunua, kwa sababu shares venye unalipwa ina depend na performance of the company. Kuna factors unafaa kuelewa before you choose a company yenye unafaa kuchukua ndio uweze kununua shares na wao. Kitu ya kwanza unafaa kuconsider ni angalia the way company imekuwa ikiperform for a certain period of time. Walikuwa wanapeana how much for the shares, alright? How much have they been giving in terms of dividends, alright? Kama shares zina increase if you opt for the capital gains, that the buy low and then sell high. So lazima compare hizo vitu mbili uone, okay fine, hii kampuni ambayo unataka kuichoose ikoaje, financial records ikoaje, imekuwa ikipeana dividends ndio, na ilikuwa ikipeana how much, how does it calculate or how do they calculate their dividends, na wao ambao wameshanunua shares right now as we speak wanapata pesa ngapi before you decide kwenda kununua shares kwa hiyo kampuni. Alright, venye unaweza fanya ndio ujue ni kampuni gani poa ya kununua shares. Angalia watu ambao unajua wameshanunua shares kutoka kwa hiyo kampuni, and then get to talk to them and ask them, hey, you know what, I would like to buy shares kutoka kwa hii kampuni and you've been there, so imekuwa aje, inakupeleka aje, how much they pay. Alright, they may not tell you how much or how many shares they have, but at least wanaweza kuambia, okay fine, this is how much they've been paying and this is the performance of the company. Also by the look of news, if you consume news, we call them the fundamental news, utaweza kujua this company is doing good in terms of financial record. Pia unaangalia kitu inaitwa the company expansion, unaangalia kama imekuwa expand of late, unaangalia what they have been doing, all those things ndio ujue haswa hii company ambayo nimedecide kununua shares na wao ndio the best, ama hata kama sio the best, like it is among the best. Alright, kwa hii video nitago ahead na list some of the companies personally, na hawajanipea anything to advertise them, and I'm not advertising any company. I'm just na share tu hii information kwako wewe, an average Kenyan mwenye hajui what is a share, what's the best company na vitu kama hizo. I just share those companies here with you. Alright, so anyway, what nimesema, unafaa kuangalia the financial record of that company, unafaa kuangalia how much have they been giving in terms of dividends. Alright, unafaa pia kuangalia kama wako na mkwaruzano na government, have they been paying taxes, kwa sababu you don't want to get yourself kwa kampuni yenye unapata labda saa zote wako na mvutano na government, they are not paying tax, and then there you are, you put your money into that company and then all of a sudden maybe the company naambia tena imekuwa limited, imefungwa, vitu kama hizo. So that means your shares or your money will be at rainbow. Okay, so it's always good to make sure that at least before ununue kwa share yoyote ya kampuni umeangalia hizo vitu zote. Hizo vitu utazipata kwa news, hizo vitu utazipata kwa what do we call, ukiingia tu kwa website zingine ukivi kwa search kwa Google, you will get all the information about that company. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and list several companies zenye mimi kulingana na mimi as Joseph naona they are good to go and you can actually buy shares. And of course hata leo sahi ukiingia kwa Nairobi Stock Exchange website utaona those companies ziko hapo hivyo nyingi, and then ukitaka kujua venye kampuni ina perform, zoea kuingia kwa hiyo website ya Nairobi Stock Exchange. It is the official website. Alright, hapo hivyo chini on your right, depending on the display that you are using, kama ni mobile ama ni computer, utaona hapo hivyo the today's gainers, the today losers, the today gainers, kitu kama hiyo. Zenye ni gainers zimepaintiwa green na zenye ni losers zimepaintiwa red. So it's always good, unaenda hapo hivyo unaangalia unaona ni kampuni gani inashinda ikiapia kwa that green green area, ndio ujue kwa hivyo ni kumaanisha this company inaweza kuwa ina perform vizuri. And again unaweza realize some of the companies zenye zinaapia kwa green hata zingine hauzijui, zingine sio popular. Alright, kwa mfano unapata company, I won't name them them, but at least unapata this company, it is not even known, but it in a make gain, ama unapata it is gaining and it becoming popular. I'll go ahead and name several popular companies. For example, kuna the Safaricom, I've been talking about that. Kuna the Equity Holdings, kuna Britam, kuna zingine zinaitangwa EABL, that is African Breweries, kuna kampuni kama, Stanbic, kuna Standard Chartered, kuna Absa, kuna, kuna Centum, kuna Kakuzi. They are many of them, all right? I've just given you a glimpse of what I think are the best companies for you to buy actually shares. Among all what I've just said, sitasema ni gani best of all of them. I've just given you examples of the companies that is listed under the NAIROBI Stock Exchange, na ziko under the what we call the PLC, the public listed companies, and they're among of the best that usually popular where people buy shares. And again, I stand corrected on this. Unaweza pata kampuni ambao si haiko kwa hiyo list yenye nimetaja, but it is performing very, very, very well, all right? So that's why I'm saying whatever I've just listed is from my end, is what I believe it is good and it is better for you. You can get started with it na unaweza grow to the next level. Perhaps if I may recap what I've just said, nimesema kuna Safaricom hapo hivyo ndani, kuna Equity Holdings, kuna Absa hapo hivyo ndani, kuna Stanbic, kuna Standard Chartered, kuna Centum, kuna Kakuzi, kuna a lot of those companies ziko hapo hivyo, kuna Britam, all right? So kuna British American Tobacco ziko hapo hivyo ndani. So these are quite a popular companies zenye zimekuwa for long up there kwa the NAIROBI Stock Exchange. So you can go ahead and check it. After nikishazi name hapa, we don't then assume and say like, okay, fine, good, Joseph said these are the best company, and then you go there and buy it. No, what you're supposed to do as a good and wonderful kid, you're supposed to go there, research about those companies, angalia venye wako perform in terms of financial record, venye walikuwa wanalipa their shareholders, how much have they been paying, how do they pay in time, all those disciplines when it comes to finance. And remember, this is your cash, na unafaa kuwa keen and careful, not just moving with the wave and then una decide leo nitanunua hii and then no, it's good to make sure wewe mwenyewe umejifanyia research yako, all right? And why napenda kuzungumzia histories za shares ni kwa sababu majority of the average Kenyan out there hawana hii information venye unaweza invest. Actually, the time I posted a video about you can actually buy shares of Safaricom with only 3K. People are like, no, wow, really, can you do that? Yes, you can, because this information sometimes it's not even shared out there. So it's always good to make sure that at least you may put out there kwa kila mtu mwenye ako interested anaweza nunua na anaweza invest in that area. But remember this, when it comes to shares, hii ni long-term investment. Hii si kitu ambao uta invest leo and then the next minute, or your account has been doubled, or maybe or your money has been doubled, like you become wealthy in the next year or something. No. Wealth has what I call the strategic. It's not an event, it's a process. You create a process whereby after some time, of course, in terms of years, you get yourself somewhere, unapata your dividends, and you're good to go. And by the way, there are people who usually buy shares and they climb themselves to the ladder of that given company to a point whereby it becomes very hard for them to be ignored. Hiyo inamaanisha aje? Umenunua shares nyingi, imefika mahali kampuni yenyewe haiwezi kuignore when they are making a good what you call the serious financial meetings and consultations and progress and such kind of a thing, because you are a big shareholder na unafaa ku come on board pia wewe uambie, hey, you know what, you are an investor to our company, then tell us where do you think we are going wrong, or where do you think we should do better, and such kind of a thing. So you get involved in those decision making matters, and hiyo inaweza kufanya ukue at a very, very, very prime end when it comes to this shareholding journey. All right. So perhaps let me just recap what I've just said. Kumake decision ni share gani ama ni shares gani, kampuni gani utanunua, make sure umeangalia hiyo kampuni vizuri, umefanya research, umeona how much huwa walikuwa wanalipa, na kama huwa wanalipa in time. Is there any things like go slow, watu wanasema tutahama, vitu kama hizo. Na if there is, then get to understand mbona wanasema hivyo. The other thing, angalia kampuni yenye unajua ina pay tax vizuri na hawana mkoruzano na government, because you don't want to get yourself in a company yenye unapata it has issues to do with government, and then from there that limits the performance of the company, because government is government, for those who knows, all right? So it's good una make sure consider hizo factors zote, and then you can get into consideration kwa hizo kampuni ambazo nimezitaja, uziangalie ujue, hey, which one is which one among the one that I've listed. I know I have left a lot of companies out there that are best and wonderful, and perhaps you are a shareholder of that company. It does not mean that they are bad. No, I've just said as me what I think is best and good as of of now. As simple as that. That's why I've decided to name those companies. And again, a disclaimer, they haven't given me anything to advertise those companies, not at all. It's my own research. It's my own advantage to go ahead and research about those companies, and that's why I have said them here. All right. So anyway, but again, remember this: a company performance can change with time. It can be the best today, but become the worst in future. So you see, in the world of investment, lazima ukue open to both ends, because anything can happen. That's why I always say it's good to have what I call, the exit plan. It's usually the best to go ahead and have that exit plan. All right. So anyway, my name is Joseph. For those who do not know me, have never seen me, they have seen me for the first time. I am Joseph. Talk about finance, investment, anything related to your cash. I'm literally this guy who comes and tells you, what, you're not supposed to devour everything. Put some little aside. You can invest this way. You can start this business and such kind of a thing. All right. So anyway, if you love that kind of a content, then call this place home by simply subscribing. Simply up on your right, there is a black button imeandikwa subscribe. All right. Kaguze tu, just a single minute, a single second, kaguze tu. And then up above chini on your left, there is a button imeandikwa, imechorwa kitu kama mkono hivi. That signifies like. If you click that like, guess what you've just done? Any moment I upload a new video, you'll be the first one to be notified. But as of now, what do I say apart from thank you and see you next? Goodbye.